Today, debates across Africa have been that African startups are better off promoting entrepreneurial and digital skills than primarily searching for the big idea. To have a clearer picture of what or where young Africans should be heading concerning startup investors or incubators as they are called, I chose to visit Generation Enterprise, an innovative youth enterprise incubator firm set up in Ikoyi, Lagos. Thank you for taking time to grant this interview. I wonder if you could tell me a little bit about your background in relation to youth enterprise schemes.
I started as a computer engineer and was going on to do a PhD in robotics and so forth. And then I had an opportunity to come back home to Nigeria and see what was going on and just really explore for about 6 months. That was when I realized that the youth problem in Nigeria was a lot more serious than anybody else seemed to understand. Ever since that time, this is way back in 2007, I've been trying to find sustainable solutions that are large scale. And I think I finally found one in 2010 and set up Generation Enterprise. And the idea of Generation Enterprise as a youth enterprise, as a youth development scheme, if you will, is to create jobs. I noticed that there was such a massive youth unemployment problem in Nigeria. And I collaborated with a few of my friends from the US and Canada and all over the world. And the idea was to set up this organization that could find ways to solve the youth unemployment problem through enterprise development. So that's how Generation Enterprise came to be.
Okay. From a transformation standpoint, how would you say some of these youth development schemes can actually impact in Africa's own transformation?
Honestly, if you look at the youth unemployment numbers across Africa, to be more specific, it's alarming. A young person today who's not properly educated for jobs, right, is not as bad as the young people that are still coming, the ones under 19 years old that are still coming, that will still not get the right education. Now, youth development programs, the idea is to take care of the youth that currently don't have the skills and put them into productive employment. I remember, I think back in 2010, the ILO had a report that if we were able to just cut down youth unemployment in sub-Saharan Africa by 10 to 12%, that we could boost GDP here. We could almost double GDP of sub-Saharan Africa alone. I'm very glad because I think we finally have a government that's understood that. And so they've put it at the forefront. It's at the forefront of everything they're doing now. We can create jobs for our young people, and not just jobs that are sustainable, jobs that can help to boost GDP and increase GDP. So in terms of how transformational it is, I think it is everything. It will completely transform Africa completely.
Daily across Africa, small to medium-scale businesses seem to be clamoring for funds at any available interest. What would you say are the true chances for young hopefuls without any collateral or experience?
Interest rates are still very high in Africa, and I think that creates a very challenging financing environment for young people. Young people without collateral and experience need to go get experience. It's just that simple. Let's not sugarcoat it. Experience can be got in many different ways. You can go volunteer, you can go whatever it is that you want experience in, you can always volunteer your services. The contacts, the knowledge, the network, the skills that you gain from your volunteering can then be used in situations where you need to, then go after financing and so forth. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's that easy to get financing. It's very, very costly. Money is costly here. But there are opportunities. For example, Generation Enterprise, we have, in partnership with the After School Graduate Development Center and Lagos State Government. Lagos State Government provided about 110 million naira for AGDC to disburse interest-free loans to 1,100 young people to start their own businesses. Okay, an interest-free loan that is paid over 20 months. That is, the money is there, and it's not difficult to access that kind of financing.
Right.
There are a lot of such programs from Bank of Industry, you know, NYSC, even a lot of corporates are doing it these days, Tolu Melu Foundation and so forth. So there's a lot of that out there, and it's possible for young people to go after it. They just have to then get the experience. So if you don't have collateral, you don't need collateral, but experience, people bank on experience, and people will finance experience.
You're partnering with the Global American Incubator 1776 on the $1 million Entrepreneurship Challenge Cup. That's a lot of money considering the foreign exchange rate.
Oh, it is. Well, so we hope one of the Lagos contestants get the entire prize money. It is quite a bit, but it should go to a deserving organization, right? One that has come up with a problem that's a truly regional, Africa-wide problem or a global problem. And I think, you know, this partnership ideated, established by one of our finest entrepreneurs here in the house, Shaina Silva, has provided the opportunity for Generation Enterprise to engage the local ecosystem here and try and connect them to the global audience as well. And I'm sure you hear more about the program, but in Lagos, we're hosting the Challenge Cup. There are 50 other cities that are participating, and Lagos has been, I think, the second highest turnout after Washington, D.C. itself.
Wow.
Yes, it's been impressive. And we're going to select 3 winners today out of about 15 people that are pitching, and the 3 will go on to regional finals in Nairobi. Winners from the regional finals will go to the global finals in DC. So there is a lot of, you know, whittling down, and it means that only the highest quality entrepreneurs and the highest quality ideas get to go all the way to the $1 million prize. So, you know, it's a very exciting opportunity for us.